Hi, I recently made a couple of end tables and a coffee table in a farm wood motif. I wanted it to look like it came from an old farm. And so one of the things I did on the ends, I put some metal brackets that I wanted to enhance the farmhouse look. And let me show you these close. So you can see here that they're kind of rusted and look very old, but they didn't come that way. I actually got these from Home Depot. And I want to show you today the process that I use to make them look old. So I'm in the process of making this frame that I'm going to put a mirror in. And I want it to be a rustic effect mirror. And I want to put in the corners these square brackets. I want to put them in each of the corners. But I don't want them looking like this. They're brand new, shiny steel. I want them to be aged. So this is what I'm going to do. So there's a lot of formulas online that list on how to do this, but I'm going to tell you what success I've had. Now with these brackets, these are pretty, I don't know if these are stainless steel, but they're pretty resistant to, they're made to be resistant to rusting. So one of the formulas that I talk about is to use this. It's muriatic acid. You can find this in a Home Depot center and other hardware stores, I'm sure. And actually this is much more than I actually needed. But one of the ways they talk about doing this is to take some of your muriatic acid and paint it on the metal. This should clean off any residue and kind of strip it a little bit with this acid. So you leave it on there for a few minutes and then wipe it off. So now I'm going to wipe off the acid. And by the way, I recommend you use gloves when you're doing these processes. Now, the second step that they talk about is using hydrogen peroxide that you find in any drugstore as a second coating. Pour a little bit in here. And brush that on the piece. Now you can see that there's a little bit of patina starting here, but not really noticeable. There are some metals I think that have more iron in them that this would be almost instantaneous. You can see that there's some patina right around here, but not really that noticeable, and it's not really changing that fast. I think there's other metals that have more iron content that would react quickly to this method that you could use quickly. So here's what I do. I did a video some time ago, and I'll leave a link down below this one, of how to age wood. In here is a mixture of white vinegar with 000 stainless steel pads soaked in. And I let it sit for a day or two, and it dissolves the pad, and you can brush this on wood and it will age it instantly. So what I found for me the best thing to do is to take these pieces and just drop them in this formula. Close it back up, and I'm going to let this sit overnight. And tomorrow we'll come back and put the peroxide on and you'll see the difference. Okay, so I've let these sit overnight in the vinegar steel solution. Now I'm going to put on the hydrogen peroxide. As you can see, there's already a little patina on these, but watch what happens when I put the peroxide on. Now you see how the rust is forming on them to make them nice and aged. It may take a couple of hits to get full coverage, but put this on, let it sit for a few minutes, and you'll be ready to go. And so the end result is a rustic mirror with some old looking hardware on it. Take a look. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and good luck with your next project.